Shalom and welcome to JewishTV.media. Today's topic is illegitimate children in Jewish law. And this is an email which I received. Dear Rabbi, I am a Jew born in the Ukraine. In a conversation with some friends about the importance of having a Jewish wedding, it dawned on me that my parents, like most Russian Jews, never had a chuppah. Does that mean that I'm an illegitimate child, or a bastard to use a cruder term? If yes, how will it affect me in the future? I.S. from Randwick. And this is what I answered I.S. The Torah doesn't have the same concept of illegitimacy in children as was in a secular world, in secular society. In a secular society, it was known that somebody like that is born from out of wedlock. He was considered illegitimate, or a cruder term used by the author of this letter was also used. In Jewish law, an illegitimate child or a mamzer is somebody who is born from a certain relationships which are considered either adulterous or incestuous in Jewish law. And in order to understand it, there's quite a large part of Jewish law dealing with exactly what those relationships are. But the most common one is when a Jewish woman and a man marry under a chuppah, then a very strong bond is created, which can only be broken either through the death of one of the partners, or through a get, a religious divorce given by a certified and expert bet din, a Jewish rabbinic court. If, God forbid, this wasn't done, then implications are very, very severe, and a woman who has relationship with another man without a get is considered to having had adultery, and a child then is considered a mamzer. It doesn't mean, and mamzer means illegitimate child, it doesn't mean that such a child is in any way shunned or in any way mistreated, God forbid. It means that he is limited whom she or he can marry. And if people ask a question, why is it the child's fault, he didn't do anything, it perhaps could be compared to a couple that had a genetically defective recessive gene on both sides. And because they were incompatible, either Tay-Sachs or cystic fibrosis and such, if they would get married, through no fault of the child will be affected. And the same thing in Jewish law, sometimes a spiritual incompatible aspect, which prevents from a couple being married to such an extent that the children are affected. On a positive note, there are many ways that an expert posek and an expert authority could find solutions by finding some way within halakha to free a person from the stigma and the status of mamzer. And therefore, if anybody has, I think that the person who wrote to me, he was very wise to write, because whenever one has a question, the best way to deal with it is by asking, and many times a solution can be found. Thank you very much, and we'll see you again at JewishTV.media.
JewishTV.media